What's going on, guys, girls? Rob here. And after, I think, scouting the first three games really well, the Colts and Bills, I thought the Bills would win bigger, but the Colts outplayed them. And the Bills came out with a victory. Rams, they've been the most dominant team so far. Let's be for real about it. Of the 6 teams we've seen play, the Rams dominated the Seahawks yesterday. They really simply did. They went into their house and said, we're taking what you got, and we don't care if you like it or not. I picked the Rams. The only guy on the panel that did pick the Rams was me. And then the Buccaneers, we all picked the Bucs. Coop Harrison, what's good? Bills shouldn't have won. They looked really bad on defense. Well, they looked – I'll tell you where I thought the offensive coordinator early, when you watched them, they were playing next to their own end zone. They were handing the ball off twice right through the middle and then forcing the quarterback to have to throw on third and long. You don't want to do that no time to a young quarterback. I don't care, I don't care what his name is. The Colts screwed up once they went for that fourth down. They should have kicked the field goal and put the Bills back again, but they didn't do it. And, hey, the Colts had every chance in the world to win this game. And they got a little help from the referees with that knee not being down, because that really should have been a fumble. That should have been a fumble. But what's up, Huss? The Colts kicker missed a 33. Yeah. But hey, but so many kickers were missing them yesterday. The Bucs kicker missed 2 extra points. Yeah, they're not automatic. I know that, but they were down at the 4-yard line. It would have only been a 22-yarder, 22-yarder. This year, only one kick inside of 25 yards has been missed in the NFL. So look at it that way. I mean, you've got 32 kickers. So I like his odds. And then if he makes that field goal, it's 14-13. Changes everything. But definitely after day one, I think the Rams look like the best team out there. I don't think no team wants to play the Rams just due to the fact they have got a swarming defense, whether they have their star guy in there or not. It doesn't matter. He got hurt halfway through the game, and they still did it. So there's still a lot of questions that the Rams offense has got to answer, but their defense can't. They rang the bell and answered it too. Yeah, Josh Allen didn't play the best yesterday. I was embarrassed being a Seahawks fan yesterday. DK throwing that tantrum was – well, the thing of it is, the Seahawks, a lot of those guys are – let's be for real about it – are not the smoothest guys when they lose. There's a lot of them that don't know how to lose well. And I'll tell you what, Russell Wilson took a beating yesterday. He absolutely took a beating. He was on the ground, I counted 14 times. Jamal Adams, he should have got kicked out of the game. Certainly, he should have got kicked out of the game yesterday. But, Russell Wilson was a trooper. He stayed in there. And the Rams defense, I'm telling you, to end the game with a sack, it was just the way it should have been, because they just dominated that team yesterday. They really did. They dominated them. Let's see, 1:00 game today. We got the Ravens and the Titans, and I guess the main question is this: who the Titans have got to get some passing today? Okay, I'm sorry, Derrick Henry. He's got to run it for him too. But if Tandy Hill doesn't throw for more yards than Derrick Henry rushes for, they're not going to win. Number one reason I'll say that is this. The Ravens are a top 5 rush defense. They are not going to let Derrick Henry run 200 yards on them today. It's not going to happen. It will not happen. And if they don't get some passing from Tandy Hill and timely, A.J. Brown needs to be a factor. They're going to have to throw the football. They have got to throw the football. Their tight end, he's been kind of quiet the last 4 or 5 games. He needs to step up 3 or 4 catches. That's the only chance I think the Titans have today. Last year, I picked the Ravens. I picked the Titans to beat the Ravens in Baltimore. This is a totally different game this year. I'll tell you, the Titans have no defense. Their defense is not very good. And Jackson, he is going to run nuts on them today. Now, he's got to stay healthy. He's got to stay in one piece, because if they do get shots at him, they got to take them. You got to try to hit that quarterback if you do, if you can. I just think they're going to run out of time, though. I really do. I like the Ravens in this first game today, 30-23. My other man, Tribe, he says he thinks the Titans win today, 35-31. HJ likes the Ravens, 31-24. RP likes the Titans, 31-24. And MP likes the Ravens, 31-21. So we all think it's going to be a touchdown game. And it's going to be a tough fought game. But I like the Ravens here. I think the Ravens, their defense is going to make the difference. Just like the Rams' defense made the difference yesterday, I think it's going to make a difference today. Now, if Tandy Hill can roll out of the pocket and throw the ball, let's say he can throw for 250 yards today. That's, by most teams, 250 is not that much. 250 is not a whole bunch. But if he can roll out of the pocket and roll for 200 and get 250 yards passing to help Henry, they got every chance in the world to win this game at home. But I'm going to take the Ravens. I'm going to take the Ravens to be the 3rd team on the road to win this weekend. Next game, we got the Bears and Saints. And this is a game where everybody thinks it's going to be a blowout. Bears, what have they got? Saints, boy, they're the monsters. The first time they played, it went to overtime, guys. It went to overtime. Now, they're playing down in the dome now, a little different. Also, I'll tell you something else. Breeze is not 100% healthy. Breeze is not 100% yet. So that's going to make a difference too. The Bears, all I know is this. They're going to be as good as their defense and whatever Mitchell Trubisky brings to the table. Trubisky can look like a pure dog at times, and sometimes he can look like, it may not be coming out of the jewelry store with gold, but at least silver anyway. The Saints are the better team here. Saints are the better team. Michael Thomas is not 100% healthy with that ankle either. He's not. But Alvin Kamara seems to be in pretty good shape right now. You don't want to try to put Thomas out there and do too much today, I don't think. You're trying to do the big picture. You're trying to win this week. Next week, if you win, chances are, if you win, that the Buccaneers are coming to town. And the Bucs, look, this is a different team than it's been all year long. The Bucs are for real now. They are bringing the whole store with them. They have, the whole toy shop on offense, and then their defense is not bad either. But the Bears today, I think really every peg has to fall in place for the Bears to have a chance to win this game. If it was in Chicago, I would give them a legit shot. But not being in Chicago, that hurts them so bad. I'm going to say Saints 31 and the Bears 17 in that game. All of our prognosticators, Tribe, 31-17, he said the same thing. HJ, he says it's going to be a low-scoring game. He says the Saints will win 17-13. I say if the Saints win a game, they're going to put at least a 25 burger on you. They're not going to win with a 17-point game. I don't think. RP has the Saints putting 38 on the board today. That sounds more like it. And Winnig and MP's got them scoring 35 today. I think that's more like it. I think the Saints are a 30-point team if they win. If they lose, they can look bad and may not score over a couple touchdowns, but I think they win 31-17. Tonight, we've got the Browns coming to the Steelers. And everybody in the book, all I've heard all week is the Browns beat the Steelers last week. Yeah, they beat the Steelers last week in Cleveland without Ben Roethlisberger, without T.J. Watt, and without about 2 of their offensive linemen and about 4 guys on defense. That equals what? I think the Steelers are the better team here. They got beat last week, not playing 9 of their starters on offense and defense together, and they lost by 2 points. You put all those guys back in place today, they're the better team. Baker Mayfield, I think he's going to have a hard time trying to find enough time to throw the football. T.J. Watt and company, they're going to be all over him today. He ran last week. He ran like a crazy man. They're going to have somebody shading him today. I don't know whether it'll be a linebacker or a defensive back. We'll see what happens. Cleveland's missing 2 cornerbacks, not 2 safeties, 2 cornerbacks due to COVID. The head coach is not going to be there. They may use that as a reason why they lose, but they're going to lose this game. Ben is not going to go out here and throw for 375 yards. I really don't think he will. I think they're going to try to run the football as much as they can. Ben will probably throw it for 225, 240, something like that. He's just going to try to dink and dunk and keep a game. Now, he's going to try to take a couple big shots. I don't know whether it'll work or not. But the dink and dunk system in Pittsburgh's worked all year long. They lost 2 or 3 in a row. They lost 2 or 3 in a row, and people are writing them off right now. Don't do it, because I'm telling you right now, they win this week. They're going to Buffalo next week, and all the odds makers will be changing their mind and be like, "Wow, Buffalo didn't do a lot this week against the Colts, and if Pittsburgh shows up good this week, it's going to change the odd makers' way." But I like the Steelers in this game, 31-21. I think they win. I think they win pretty big. New subscribers. It's Coop. All right, Coop Harrison. Are you a subscriber to the channel? While I'm asking him that, I got new subscriber Larry Harris. Larry, thank you so much for joining up on the channel. Let's write Coop's name down. Coop Harrison. Coop Harrison is a brand new member of the channel as well. We have our 1-year anniversary coming up Wednesday, so make sure you try to join us Wednesday if you get a chance. Roger Belger, he got in touch with me about Glory Days boxing. Thank you, Roger. He's hoping for fast action cards. I'm not sure they're coming your way. I can't promise you that at all, but I can promise you anytime you're using the dice, you'll be in great shape there. Coop, how long have you been watching my channel? Like couple days, couple weeks, couple months, or I can kind of clue you in as to what I do on the channel. Darius Montre, thank you, Darius. He introduced Dan Roan to the channel. Dan, thank you, and thank you for telling me that Darius did that. I appreciate it. All right, NFL show is on Tuesdays. I'll try to catch on Wednesday. Okay, couple of days. Okay, so you've got your own channel, Coop. So I need to join Coop's channel then and see what Coop's got going on. Let's see if I can. I can't join it that way. I'm gonna have to do it this way. All right, I'll have to do it after this show is over with. I'll have to go to Coop's Coop's got a channel, so let me put a little asterisk here. He does an NFL show. That's very cool. Very cool. Yes, I do. Stand up and have a show called Sideline Study if you love talking football. Oh, man, very cool. My picks this year have been pretty good. I got right at close to 70% for the season, straight up, and I went 3-0 yesterday. So I don't know if that would get me on your show or not, but yeah, I don't know if I'll make sense of what I say or not either. But hey, my score has been pretty good. I like the Ravens today on the road, so that'll be the third road team to win. I like the Saints big against the Bears. Sadly, I'd love to see the Bears put up a fight, but I think really if you're gonna miss one of the games this weekend, that's the one. Go out, take your parents to lunch, make it a long lunch, or a supper, dinner, or whatever. Make it a long dinner. Come home about 7:30 and be ready to eat. I kept choosing Jets, so I didn't do well. Once you started choosing the Jets at the end of the year, you did better there. The Jets did better at the end of the year, but Jacksonville's thanking them for it right now. But we'll see. We'll see what happens there. All words on the street now is that the Jacksonville job is going the way of the guy from Ohio State. Well, somebody help me out here. Urban Meyer. He's going to get the job. He's already collecting up his offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, quarterbacks coach, running backs coach, linebackers coach, and defensive backs coach. He's getting them all together before he even goes there. He wants to have his whole allotment, and he's going as a team when he goes. So it's going to be a team of 8. We should see how fun that'll be. Go saying, okay, not only do I want a job, these 7 jabronis behind me here want jobs too, which they got to hire all those people anyway. But is Urban going to have the clout to pick all of his coaches, which he should? I think he will. I think he's getting general managers. I think he's going to be the main general manager along with Khan. Shah Khan will help him out, but I think Urban's going to have a big say in player development and who the players are going to be. I have not heard any word yet on the Los Angeles Chargers job, and that looks real good for Eric Bieniemy, who is the assistant or is the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs. He played for the Chargers back in the day. It's got to be looking good for him. The longer this rolls out, that obviously I don't think he wants to leave right now in the middle of a Super Bowl run. So the longer that drags out, the chances are better that Bieniemy ends up being the head man at the Chargers. The Cowboys, they are still an enigma to me. I'm not sure they're not going to fire their coach. And the reason I say that is Jerry Jones has been too quiet lately. Jerry Jones never shuts his mouth. Anytime he's that quiet, watch out. Something might happen in Dallas. I've been hearing all year long from my source down in Dallas that they were not happy with the way that that the coach was doing things. And we'll see. If they make a change, wow. Now to me, the perfect Jack Del Rio, I think, would be a good defensive coordinator for Dallas. Yeah, but I don't think he would leave Washington right now. I think he thinks Washington is going the right track. They're moving upward. I don't think he would do it. Personally, I think if I was going to hire a new head coach, I would get the offensive coordinator from Tennessee Titans. Why not? What do you want to do in Dallas? You want to run a football. What team runs a football better than Tennessee? He'll put an offensive line in front that would be, that would mean business. And I think that's the kind of coach that Dallas needs. A run first attitude. And if we have to throw the ball, we will throw the football. Dak Prescott, I heard he may be a little bit ahead of schedule coming back. But does Dallas want him now? He wanted $40 million before he got hurt, right? If he's still looking for $40 million after an injury and he's coming back, you got to look at all these guys, Alex Smith, all these guys, Andy Dalton, the way he's went out this year, a bunch of guys, the way they've been getting hurt. Do you take a chance and pay this guy $40 million when you could possibly go out and get a free agent for 10, 15 million less, being Matt Ryan for maybe a couple, 3 years, Matt Stafford, 2 or 3 years. Stafford wants out of Detroit. We know that. He wants out of Detroit. And I'm not sure that wouldn't be an upgrade, because look at the way Dalton played at the end of the year. He actually didn't play bad. Their offensive line was just horrible, and their defense couldn't stop anybody. Sam Darnold, he could go to Dallas. The only problem with that is the Jets would want a 1 and probably a 3, and I'm not sure Dallas wants to do that. That's the problem. The good thing about it is they would still have him on a rookie contract. It could happen. It could happen. I'm thinking more of, if Darnold leaves New York, he may end up going to Indianapolis. Indianapolis, I think Rivers has played probably his last game. The word on the street has been all year long Sam Darnold was going down to New Orleans and play, which that would probably be a perfect fit for Sam. Indoors, free agency is going to be crazy. Even Trubisky could be a free agent. Trubisky's probably playing his last games in Chicago. You're right. If they lose today, I've heard Trubisky's name in New York, coming to New York, but I really don't know why you would sign him, because he is such a flip-floppy quarterback. He's kind of like a fish. You can't count on him. But people, and Matt Stafford's like this, and he has a legit point. When have I ever had a grade A offensive line? When have I ever had, a stack of like a great tight end along with a couple of great wide receivers? It's always been maybe one wide receiver's been good, but that's it. So it would be interesting to see Stafford with a great offensive line to be able to just pick people apart if he could do it. So, we'll see about that. Word on the street also is Tandy Hill could be playing his final game in Tennessee if they don't win today. They've been so up and down this year. They need a more physical they need more of a dominant presence at quarterback. Tandy Hill played great last year. He's capable of doing it, but the stats are not showing that he's coming out playing that well. And who would not want to be quarterback with Derrick Henry behind you? Who would not want to do that? Probably one of the top 2 offensive lines in football. Derrick Henry. They definitely need to shore up their defense. There's no doubt about that. But if they can get a free agent quarterback, they don't have to use the draft to re-up their defense. Now, you can get free agent defensive linemen and defensive backs and linebackers. Don't get me wrong. But more often than not, in defense, you try to shore up your defense most of the time with some good with a good draft. And there's a lot of good defensive players coming out this year, even though they calling this the big quarterback draft of 2021. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Yeah, I think Tannehill's been very good too, but they want to get past the second round. And if they lose, like last year, they lost. After they won twice, so they got past the second round. This year, if they lose today, that's a setback. That's a setback, and they can afford that. And I think they will lose today. I really do. They're deep, but I don't think it's on Tannehill as much as the defense. The defense is just not prepared to stop the run like they were last year. Last year they could rush a quarterback, not so much this year. Last year they could, they held 14 games under 100 yards rushing for teams. They only allowed two teams over 100 yards rushing for a game. Even this year's been different, and teams have been running all over them, and they just can't. You can't play that way. So they may think twice about getting rid of Tannehill and say, okay, let's work on our defense. But Tannehill now is going to want more money too. So you got to remember that too. It's all about the money. Unless your name's Tom Brady. Tom Brady's like, okay, I don't have to, I can be paid the 20th best as long as you bring me some good guys out there. And I don't know when other players are going to pick up on that and say, do you realize Tom Brady doesn't make the most money, but look at all the parts and pieces he's got around him. Henry may have less than 110 yards today. You know what? They're going to keep running the football. Even if he runs it 40 times, I think he gets more than 110 yards. He's going to bust one or two of them. I got him getting 148 today, but 110 for him is not 100 yards for anybody else. 110 for Henry is just a good average day. That's him getting 1,600 yards in a season is just pedestrian for him. 2,000 yards, as long as he's healthy, he's capable of 2,000. He's capable of that. He really is. And that's 400 more yards. I mean, think about that. So a 100-yard game for him, I look at it different than other players just because Henry has a great offensive line and he's so well built. He's a strong kid. He is a strong kid, and I think he gets more than 110 yards. But he's going to need more than that, though. He's got to have some help from a quarterback, and I just don't know if he's going to get that or not. Either Henry or Aaron Rodgers MVP this year. Now you got some people in Kansas City that's saying we only lost one game. I think Rodgers is going to win the MVP. I actually think Josh Allen in Buffalo is in the discussion there. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It'll be an AFC guy, I think. AFC. That's right. Rodgers is an NFC guy. We'll see. I kind of like the kid from the Bills, just due to the fact they're so unused to being there, and he's leveled up his game so much. He's playing almost as good as Aaron Rodgers right now. He really is, and he's playing a lot better than Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson this year, for the first 10 weeks, everybody was talking about him being the MVP. Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers both have something in common. If you rush them and you get in their face, they don't like it. Most quarterbacks don't. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. HC. Bill's head coach should be coach of the year. Yes, I think so. Wow. If not the Bills head coach, maybe Well, I've said all along, I've been one of the few people that said all along, I think Bruce Arians is gone after this year if they don't win the Super Bowl. I think they're going to fire him. I think Bruce Arians is gone. Tom Brady does not like him. He does not show respect to his players. He goes off on these tangents on Facebook and all these other things where you tell players not to do it. He does it. That's not the way. I think he gets fired. I really do. And I said earlier in the year, which it ain't going to happen now. We know it's not. I thought Jim Harbaugh would take that job. Harbaugh, Brady, both Michigan products. They're good friends too. They are good friends. But now that Harbaugh signed his 4-year extension, if they were going to bring somebody down there, they would probably bring in somebody like a Josh McDaniels. See, that's the thing, though. Was it 3 of the last 5 years, a playoff coach has gotten fired. 3 of the last 5 years that after the first week of the playoffs, a playoff coach got fired. So think about it. Arians, I don't think it's about his wins and losses now so much as it is his player development and the way players get along with him. Players don't like him. Players simply do not like Arians. I think he's gone. I really do. I think he may walk away. And as far as we know, it'll be like, well, Bruce Arians was ready to quit. I'm not sure it's not getting pushed from inside saying, Bruce, you got to get the hell out of here. We just don't want you no more. Matt Nagy, he could get fired too if he loses today. I've heard a lot about Matt Nagy may get fired. Yeah, and then who do you bring in there? There's some names out there that some people would love to see get brought in there by the Bears, but we'll see. We'll see. I think there's a chance Nagy might slide by this year, but I still think there's at least one more firing out there, whether it's Dallas, Tampa, or Chicago, and it may even be as many as 2 more. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. So we at 11:15, so we're done for the day. My picks for the day: the Ravens, 30-23. I think the Ravens somewhat shut Henry down. I mean, he gets 148 yards. Come on, the guy's a beast. I mean, he is the real beast of all time. Bears and Saints, 31-17. Appreciate it. Thank you a lot. Saints 31-17. Keep an eye out on Drew Brees every time he throws a football. Like I say, he's still not 100% healthy. He needs to be 100% if they're going to make it to next week. That's going to be a big deal. Browns and Steelers tonight. Baker Mayfield has done all the talking. Now he's got to do the walking. I just don't know if he can or not. I don't think so. 31-21. Big Ben plays at least one more week. And and Tom Brady has announced already down in Tampa he will play one more season. Tom Brady will play one more season in Tampa. So he may not have it signed and sealed and delivered yet, but he's ready to play again one more year. So the people in Tampa will love it if there's a chance they're going to get to go into the stadium and watch him play next year. I think that would do him as much good as anything, just to have fans come back around and cheer and boo him. I think that's will make his day. So Ravens, third road team, they're going to win. Saints, they're going to win. Steelers, they're going to win. That's going to set up some monster games next week with the Steelers and the Bills. And I think all this is a heavyweight fight. The Saints and the Bucks. I still think the Buccaneers are destined more than just a wild card weekend. I'm going to be one of the few that's going to say I think this Buccaneers team could go all the way to the Super Bowl. That I think that Green Bay does not match up with Tampa real good. They can knock Green Bay around a little bit. The Saints, they don't match up at best with them, but they match up better than Green Bay does. So we'll see what happens. And don't forget, Green Bay's got the Rams next week. Don't forget, if the Saints win this one, the Rams are heading to they're heading to Green Bay, and that's not what the Green Bay Packers want to see. Is that D train all over Aaron Rodgers? So this week has been good games so far. Like I say, if you're going to miss one, miss that middle game. I really don't think that's going to be the best game of the day. Really, I think the best game of the day may be the first one, the Ravens and Titans. Catch that 1 o'clock game. I think you enjoy it, guys. My name's Rob. Thanks so much for joining the channel. Larry Harris, Roger Belger, Dan Roan, Darius Montre, Coop Harrison. Thanks so much. All you guys, new subscribers. We're gonna be up to 300 here pretty soon. So we're rocking on. And we'll have another stream sometime this week trying to set up for the divisional playoffs next week. Y'all have a great one. We'll probably have some finals this evening for you if you guys want to catch it up on how your team played and you didn't get to watch them. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.